okay? All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the special open meeting of the Osoyoos Town Council, August the 2nd, 2018, 9 a.m. in Council Chambers. And we will call the meeting to order. And introduction of late items? Nothing. Okay, could we have the special open meeting agenda adopted, please? Thank you. Councillor King, Councillor Campbell, all in favor? Councillor Rhodes is not here, and that's because he's attending the regional district meetings today. No bylaws business. So we just have one item on the agenda today, and that would be the redistribution of capital budget funds on 62nd Avenue, a construction project. Mr. Dinwiddie.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. At the July 3rd, 2018 regular council meeting, Town Council awarded the 62nd Avenue Road Reconstruction Project. Not on.
There it is.
From
No, you turned it off.
Now it's on.
No. Up higher. There. Got it. You just turned it off again.
Let me hope it's on. Okay.
He's good with operational stuff.
and spending
there we
money.
go. Okay, now it's only money. It'll be fine. Highway 97 to the high school to H&M Excavating Limited. Construction on this project began the first week of July and is currently progressing on schedule. The present construction limits of this project have the new pavement stopping at the entrance to the tennis court area before the Osoyoos Secondary School. H&M Excavating was asked to supply the town of Osoyoos with the cost of extending the road reconstruction of 62nd Avenue to 200 meters beyond its current limits, therefore running new pavement beyond the Osoyoos Secondary School. It should be noted that the condition of this additional 200 meters of roadway is just as poor as the section that has already been removed. The cost of this proposed extension is $101,037.50, which is in alignment with the cost estimate for the extension work prepared by True Consulting. You can see the attached letter from True Consulting. The Operational Services Department has created a spreadsheet outlining how funding from various other capital budget projects could be redistributed in order to acquire the necessary funds to extend the road reconstruction work on 62nd Avenue to a point beyond the Osoyoos Secondary School. And there's a spreadsheet on the bottom which shows how we can, like I said, redistribute some of the funds. We did save $64,000 on the original bid for the 62nd Avenue reconstruction project. The lane access pathway maintenance, there's $10,000 there that we can defer to next year. Replacement of trees at the marina is $5,000. The installation of stairs at the south end of Gyro Park is $15,000. And also in the first Highway 3 storm sewer project between 85th and Park Place, we saved $21,000. So if we were to redistribute the capital funding, we end up with enough money to easily pay for this change order for the 62nd Avenue project. If Town Council approves this redistribution of capital budget funding and therefore contemplate a change order number 1 for the 62nd Avenue road reconstruction project, all of the road work will be completed before the beginning of the new school year on September 4th. If Council does not approve this redistribution of funding, the additional 200 meters of road reconstruction will be included in the 2019 budget discussions. So the implications for the community are improved access to the high school, the Dividend Ridge subdivision, and the golf course area. Organizationally reduced maintenance costs for the Operational Services Department. Budget-wise, if Town Council approves the above suggested redistribution of funding, then this project will remain within the approved capital budget program. Significant dates. In order for the successful contractor to complete this project prior to the beginning of the new school year on September 4th, it is recommended that Town Council award this contract as soon as possible. Sustainability, there are no real impacts. The options for Town Council are that Town Council approve the redistribution of funding for various capital budget projects to accommodate paying for contemplated change order number 1 for the 62nd Avenue road reconstruction project. Option number 2 is that Council does not approve this redistribution of funding and the current limits of the construction on 62nd Avenue road reconstruction project remain as is. Option number 3 is that Council requests additional information prior to making a decision. The recommendation of the administration is for Council to adopt option number 1.
Thank you very much. Councillor Campbell.
Thank you, Madam Recorder. Which of the capital approved budget projects did you say would you consider deferring to next year?
The ones in yellow on the spreadsheet, so the lake access, pathway maintenance, replacing the trees at the marina.
So those would all be deferred?
They would be deferred to 2019, yes.
And to me, that's not really redistribution. We're we're essentially going to have the conversation about putting them back in next year's budget.
When we talk about 2019 stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I ask, I was quite astounded that we even had to deal with this issue, and my assumption was, I guess, obviously wrongly, that we were going to pave up to the new part, and I'm just wondering why this section of 200 meters was left off in the first place. I mean, we had a new part and a new part. Why would we leave that part in the middle?
Budget reasons. We didn't think we had enough money with the the approved capital budget that you said last year for this project to go all that way. So we kind of stopped it where we thought we could afford to go, and not realizing that there was a desire to go beyond that point to the end of the high school. So budget-wise, we didn't have enough money to go all the way.
So it seems to me it would have cost a whole lot more next year to reopen this and do the last 200 meters.
It might, yes, because the contractor's already there.
Yes.
So but it's possible to include that 200 meters in additional road projects next year if you want. But it will probably cost more if you wait till next year.
Absolutely, because you'd have to go up there. Well, I'm certainly in favor of doing this. It seems like a no-brainer to me, and if we can figure out how to do it.
Well, that was my question. So if we look at those three items, to make a motion to redistribute those funds to extend this project, these have been resolved. These three projects have been approved through council resolution.
Yep.
So those, how does that work?
So basically what the resolution would be to recommend option one, to follow through with the proposed budget amendments. And basically that resolution allows me to remove the funding for those, or remove those monies from those projects and reallocate it to the capital roads project. So it's basically taking it out of one account and putting it into another.
So, any other concerns? Yes, go ahead. Would you like to make a motion then?
I'd like to make the motion. I understand the theory of the financial manipulation of the funds. So I think it would be appropriate to make the motion that town council approve the redistribution of funding for various capital budget projects to accommodate paying for contemplated change order number 1 for 62nd Avenue Road reconstruction project.
Is there somebody who'd like to second it? Thank you. Jim?
Question?
Yes.
How are we assured that these go into the conversation for the budget?
We'll ensure that these three are added onto the 2019. So what I'll be doing is I'll make the budget amendments to do this, and on the 5-year capital, I'll put these back into the 2019 so that they're there so that we can move them forward.
I just want to lose.
The only one that I don't know may be coming forward or not, due to construction constraints, was the stairs at the south end of Gyro Park. So that one probably will be, after discussions, might mean not coming off completely.
That's quite a complicated project.
Yes.
So whether that happens or not is up for debate.
But we'll bring it forward for 29 deliberations and then
Have a look at it. Okay, yes.
I'm not speaking against the motion. I guess it concerns me a little bit when we go through a process and we approve projects, especially things like stairs down the gyro and things like that, that our constituents know we're going to do. And I don't like doing this, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes sense, and it doesn't make sense to leave that piece not dealt with and then have to go through it and potentially have additional costs or higher costs in looking at this again at a future date. So
Yeah. So you're okay with supporting it? Okay. So all in favor of supporting the motion?
You didn't have a second, right?
Yeah, Jim did.
Jim seconded.
Jim did it. Yeah. All in favor, and that was carried. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
I had one other concern about this project, and it was we did get a letter from somebody who lives on that road about the dust. And I drove up there yesterday, and I know that people go up and down that road all the time, especially all the people like our CAO and our Director of Operations, because they live up there. And it was about 4:45, and there was a great deal of dust at that corner because it was dry. They'd stop for the day, and I understand why. When you water something, it evaporates very quickly. I'm just wondering if there's anything that we can do. As I was driving up, I saw 2 cars coming around the corner, and the dust was just flying over at the house that was right there. And I'm sure that happens quite often. I know that it was a concern because the occupant wrote to us, and I'm wondering if we could look a little further into that and just see if there's something that we can do to assist that in this hot weather, this dry weather, and you know, that won't be paved for a while. Either that, or if they start paving, we get them to do that part first. I don't know.
Well, the contractor does water the road down. Like I said, first thing this morning at 7:30, the water truck was there. The road was already wet. They do water during the day, and then they do water at the end of the day. We have made special arrangements with the water truck so that on the weekends he actually comes here on Saturdays and Sundays, and on the holiday this weekend he'll come and he'll make a couple of trips up and down the road to try and keep it as wet as possible.
And I thank you for making sure that that's done. It's just that I saw it firsthand what the concern was, and I wasn't sure whether there was something else we could do.
Thank you. Jim, I'm wondering if there's an opportunity to look at some point at the cost of dealing with those water trucks and having that done. I'm sure you know there's products out there now that can be sprayed in areas like that.
Yep, we had actually the dust control people were here yesterday. But it would be a waste to spray dust suppression on the road that we're going to pave in a few weeks. So we did not spray that road. But like I said, every year we have a company come by. This year was a different company, but they come by and they spray. This year was a calcium chloride mix, a dust control product onto the roadways to try and minimize the dust. Really, we're quite fortunate. We only really have one back lane in town that is still gravel and needs dust control on it. And then we also sprayed yesterday the parking lot area up by the tennis courts because that's the road to and from the golf course and to or from our sewer lagoons. And so it tends to get a little dusty as well. We also sprayed that road yesterday. So every year we do dust control on those types of locations. And what we're hoping is that over time, those locations that are currently gravel will eventually become paved. And then that won't be necessary. Sure. So the reason we didn't spray dust control on 62nd Avenue yesterday was because that would be a waste of a couple $1,000 because at the end of the day we're going to pave it. So.
Okay. I get it.
No, but the only other concern is with the person that was complaining, I mean, their fruit is at that point of being ready to pick. So I can see their concern because it's basically costing him money. And for us to, like you said, it's maybe a couple $1,000. It might be money well invested to take care of that.
I'd be happy to have you look into the possibility of doing something.
Part of the problem with the dust control this year is that there's been, in Western Canada, there's been a general shortage of calcium chloride because of, it's usually manufactured in Eastern Canada and then shipped out here by rail. This year, the rail companies have had a heck of a time trying to get the product to the West, simply because they're busy shipping grain and everything else, I'm told. So it's been really, really difficult to get dust control here at all, period. We were fortunate, like I said, that we were finally able to get some yesterday. It is gone now, so if you want them to come back, we can make arrangements for them to come back. But
does
by
the
the time they get here, it might
be
too late?
Yeah.
Does the town have a water truck?
No.
No.
We do not.
That's too bad because
Don't
that
give
would.
him ideas. What are you doing?
But we
I
can
know
get one.
he will probably want one. Don't you have one in your carport?
No, but Desert Park has one,
Desert Park.
so we can use that water truck.
Could we look at that possibility of having that truck go once or twice more during the day when the other people aren't working? I don't know
if
whether
we
it's
can
optional or
borrow it,
not.
it's not our truck, so.
Yeah. If I can just
Yes.
speak, it seems to me, I've been going up every day for the last 3 or 4 months, and the bad time of the day is between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
When everybody's going back and forth. So if we got the Desert Park water truck and used it from 4 o'clock until maybe just 7, something like that, just to make sure it's wet during the evening.
If that's
may
a
help.
possibility, that's worth looking at.
So who would
Jim would be
who would
driving
Jim
it.
talk to?
Yeah, Jim could drive it.
No, but who would he talk to?
Well, we just, all that,
board.
yeah, we would just ask that the town of Vesuvius just draft up an email or letter to the board, and I can assist with those addresses and just ask if that truck can be used. For what, Jim, would it be 2 weeks or a week or?
Well, like I said, the project is scheduled to be finished by August 31st. So till the end. By the end of August, the road will be paved.
Yeah, so it would be a matter of
Next 3
3 to 4 weeks, yeah.
Okay, let's look at that. That makes sense. Okay, anything else? Thank you. So if there's nothing else on the agenda, we will entertain a motion to adjourn, please. Councillor Youngberg, Councillor Campbell, all in favor. Thank you very much.